Hello, my name is Ali. Welcome to Goff Legal. It's nice to see you. If you're a parent of littles, you are probably deep in the bedtime and dinner time bath debacle, and this video is not for you. This video is actually for those parents who have kids who have grown up and take their own baths and make their own food, hopefully, do their own dishes, and are headed off to college. So really my intention with this video is to check in live and answer any questions anyone has and provide a space where people can get some good information about what you need legally and otherwise when you send your kids off to college. So first, let's talk about the legal stuff because that's what we do here at Goff Legal. We do estate planning and trust administrations and probates. But here, we want to make sure that you as the parent know what kinds of documents your kids should have before they go off to a faraway state or a farther away, driving, flying, whatever it is, because as soon as your kid turns 18, they're a legal adult, which means they get to make all their own decisions. And that also means you don't have access to any of their information legally. They're their own independent party. And in order for them to provide information to you or have an entity provide information to the parent, you have to have legal authority to do so. So a couple documents that are really crucial when anyone turns 18 that they get. The first is an advanced healthcare directive. It's actually advanced healthcare directive. And that lets someone make medical decisions in the event of incapacity. The second component to that document is the HIPAA release, which provides access to medical information even if someone's not a healthcare agent. I generally recommend that at least both of those documents are prepared for someone who's over 18. And you don't have to have a certain amount of money for this, right? This is not a money thing, this is a medical thing. Because if your kid becomes hospitalized or incapacitated and you are not listed as their healthcare agent, you don't actually have authority to make medical decisions for them, even though you are the parent. It's very stressful, and that is certainly not what we want to have happen in that case. Second, power of attorney for finance. Again, I know you're probably college-bound children don't have tons of money, but they might have a bank account, they might have an IRA that they started or something at their old job. And again, legally, you have no access to their financial data and can make any financial decisions for them, pay premiums, negotiate with landlords, anything like that if they're incapacitated, unless you have a power of attorney for finance. So your kid needs to sign these. This is really important. You can't go, great kid, I have documents for you. No, again, they're adults. Remember, they turned 18, which means they have to actually sign these legal documents. So those are sort of the basic estate planning documents. There's another one that relates to, my brain just totally spaced. Education. Information from the school that you are probably paying a good amount of money for, you actually don't have access and rights to that information because remember, they're 18. So FERPA, the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, say that 10 times fast, says you can have that information, but your kid actually needs to sign something saying that, yes, you can provide that information. Otherwise, you'll call and go, I'd like to know their grades. And they'll go, I hear you. And no, sorry, you don't have access to that. Well, I want to talk to their teacher. I want to talk to, doesn't matter. The school will say no unless your kid has signed something that says, yes, you can have information. So those are the legal things, but there's also a few more practical considerations if you haven't thought about. One, I would get a list of all your kids' important records. See my Facebook Live from 2 days ago, their social security number, their phone number, their address, who their roommate is, those sorts of like data that you might need to give to someone or contact someone. I would also figure out a really easy way to transfer money. Now, Venmo is kind of a popular thing, or Apple Pay. You can also have a joint bank account with a limited amount of money that you as the parent can deposit maybe an allowance or their rent payment or those sorts of things into. That makes it really easy to get money back and forth very quickly. Because if you're wiring money from one institution to another, it could take days. Versus if you have a joint account, the same one, you can transfer within usually seconds. That's what I do anyways. Making sure that your kid has the same psychological or medical care. So make sure that you know that their health insurance is covered and they have got enough information about where the resources around them are, where the emergency room is, insurance. That was so weird. My phone just totally froze. Anyways, sorry, insurance. I was talking about one of the most important things. Insurance is making sure that your kid has car insurance if they're driving, they have renter's insurance if they have things that are going to be in a place like an apartment or a dorm, especially valuables, electronics, iPhones, watches, all those things actually have a decent amount of value. So it's a really, really important that they have insurance for those things and your insurance carrier knows that your kid is in another location to make sure that there's no exclusions. Make sure that your kid has their eye glasses all done because you don't want them going, oh, I don't know what my eyes are and they're not working. So sort of get their teeth cleaned, all the stuff that you as parents probably handle for them anyways, and they might not take the initiative while they're down at school. Get that taken care of. Some people recommend a ride sharing, like get them a gift card so in case something happens and they're not comfortable in a situation or they maybe have indulged in some beverages they weren't supposed to, they can get home safely without necessarily having to drive. And budget. This is the last thing. I really do encourage, I'm a estate planning attorney, I'm not a financial guru, I'm not a financial advisor, but I think it's really important to talk to your kids and have them learn about budgeting. How much money do they have to spend? Don't give them an unlimited credit card because they're likely to use said credit card. But talk to them about spending and talk to them about budgeting and start that conversation now if you haven't already, because it will make your life as the parent a little easier. So, those are my tips. Don't forget healthcare directive, power of attorney, HIPAA, and the FERPA document. Those are the big legal things. And then the other things to make sure that your kids have a wonderful and enjoyable educational experience, and then they don't have to worry about all those details. So if you have any questions, or if you're a parent of someone going off to college and you have additional information, please put it at the bottom in the chat of this video so other people watching can learn from you, because I'm sure there's a bunch of things that I might not have thought of that you know, and I would love to hear from you. If you need anything, you can call the office, 625-6556. You can email us at info@gofflegal. And last, I forgot, we actually have a new parent package, a new adult package. So we have a setup of estate planning documents. So if your kids are going off to college, we're happy to do those for them. My note about that is the kids are the clients, not you. So I will talk to the kids and make sure that they know what they're doing and that they're comfortable with it. And then they'll sign documents. So that's all for today. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Have a good evening.